What's up, Taiwan? How's it going? I'm Liao with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's defense minister says the country is ready to adjust to the new lineup of China's top military body, the Central Military Commission. Xi Jinping's reshuffle includes the promotion of an official with experience managing Taiwan-related affairs. As James Chater reports, the new appointments are a sign that Taiwan remains Beijing's central focus.
At the recently concluded Chinese Communist Party Congress, China's President Xi Jinping put his military leaders in position. The most senior is Zhang Youxia, a 72-year-old longtime Xi ally, and one of the few senior officials with direct combat experience. Ranked next to him is this man, He Weidong. He previously led the Eastern Theater Command, the unit of the Chinese military that oversees the Taiwan Strait. He's credited with planning the live-fire military drills that took place around Taiwan after US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan in August. In Taiwan, the new appointments are raising concerns, with officials saying they show China will take a tougher approach to Taiwan, which Beijing claims as part of its sovereign territory.
我们从人事方面，我们也在调，但不是针对他，你怎么调我就怎么变。我想都是国防政策都有一定的脉络的。我们还是要很稳扎稳打地去做工作。
Xi Jinping has set a goal of building a world-class military by 2027. That's a date some US officials have said Xi wants China's military to be ready for an attack on Taiwan. The US Navy chief last week said a Chinese invasion could come as soon as next year. But analysts in Taiwan say, regardless of timeline, China's new military appointments suggest taking Taiwan will remain a focus.
这一些懂台海、懂周遭的这一些过去在南京军区服务过的将领，未来的话，不敢说他一定是要打台湾，但是他至少他了解这一些事物，他有这一些经历、这些经验，这些经验会去帮助他在下决策的时候，可能会更加的一个容易，或者是更加的一个清晰。
Chinese military activity toward Taiwan had intensified even before the Communist Party's Congress. The new makeup of China's military leaders indicates that pressure is unlikely to subside. Asnaya Zhou and James Chater for TaiwanPlus.
From Russia's invasion of Ukraine to China's crackdown on dissent in Hong Kong, the past few years have seen democracy faced with unprecedented challenges. And it's in that climate that the World Movement for Democracy's Global Assembly has arrived in Taipei for their first meeting in years. And as Ryan Hill-Kilpatrick reports, the choice of Taiwan as a host country sends a clear message.
In Taipei, new hope in the face of a resurgence of authoritarianism. For the first time since COVID-19, the World Movement for Democracy's Global Assembly is meeting in the Taiwanese capital and confronting a world forever changed by the pandemic, the war in Ukraine, and growing Chinese aggression.
As we observe the aftermath of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Taiwan is proud to play a role in the effort to assist the Ukrainians in their struggle to defend their country and freedom. We all should continue with our efforts. The challenge posed by authoritarian regimes is an important wake-up call for democrats worldwide.
The World Movement for Democracy's Global Assemblies bring together like-minded partners from scores of countries to discuss how they can work together. The air of alarm was shared among the distinguished speakers at Tuesday's opening ceremony.
If nothing changes drastically in the next 2 years, there will be more illiberal leaders elected democratically, tipping the balance of power globally from democracy to fascism. So, this is what we're here to address.
But so too was the sense of urgency for democratic movements and governments to close ranks and defend their way of life.
Hundreds of democracy advocates have gathered here in these halls, activists, experts, and policymakers fighting for a freer future. And they say there's no better time or place to do that than right here in Taiwan right now.
The country's important part in this struggle was highlighted by both visiting dignitaries and national leaders.
There is no better place to do this than in Taiwan, Madam President. It is where David wins against Goliath, where collective action wins over manipulation.
我相信没有任何国家比台湾更适合作为这一次世界民主运动全球大会的举办地点。台湾是乌俄战争开始之后全球关注的焦点。我们现在知道，威权国家的威胁是真实存在的，民主是需要捍卫的，而台湾现在正处于捍卫民主生活方式的最前线。
The three-day event is co-hosted by the National Endowment for Democracy. The president of the foundation, which is funded by US Congress, says it shows that despite its few diplomatic allies, Taiwan is not alone.
Taiwan is far from isolated among democratic activists. Taiwan is at the center of a network of democratic activists now.
Amid the buzz of hundreds of civic leaders from around the world, these are the sights and sounds of unity, not isolation. Klein Wong and Ryan Hill-Kilpatrick for TaiwanPlus.
The 2022 EU Investment Forum was held in Taipei on Tuesday. The discussions between Taiwan and the European Union representatives focused on sustainable development. Taiwan's National Development Council says it hopes the event can lead to talks on a bilateral investment agreement with the bloc. Such a deal could see Taiwan work more closely with the EU in areas like renewable energy. A number of European companies already invest in green energy in Taiwan, especially offshore wind power. President Tsai Ing-wen was at the opening. Taipei is gearing up for its annual Pride Parade this weekend. In the lead up to the event, more than 100 cyclists from Taiwan and abroad completed a 200-kilometer ride to raise money for LGBTQ charities. As Rick Liao reports, the largest event of its kind in the region is gaining momentum.
When Alex Chen was growing up in central Taiwan's Taichung City, communities like this one weren't visible. Now he's among more than 100 LGBTQ people and allies who gathered in Taipei for Asia's largest queer cycle ride.
对我的生活最直接的影响就是我会觉得自己变得更健康、更强壮了。但更长远的影响是，我觉得它让我看到一个以前觉得不可能实现的梦想被实现了。
109 cyclists biked more than 200 kilometers over 3 days, climbing 1,000-meter high mountains and battling wind and rain, all to raise money for LGBTQ charities. Now in its third year, the Asia Rainbow Ride is part of Taiwan Pride celebrations. Back in full swing this year as Taiwan finally reopens borders after more than 2 years of strict COVID controls.
Taiwan is often described as the most LGBTQ-friendly place in Asia. The Pride Parade taking place in the capital later this month is the largest in the region. Organisers say that this cycle ride is about bringing the rainbow celebrations out of the city and into the countryside, bringing greater visibility to the community and getting more people involved in Pride events.
After a decades-long push, Taiwan made history in 2019 to become the first country in Asia to legalise same-sex marriage. And polls show attitudes towards LGBTQ citizens improve each year. But the community still faces stigma and discrimination, particularly in more rural places.
LGBT people are everywhere in the world, and so it's not that they're not in every corner of the world. It's just that we need to show our visibility and so that we can be stronger.
For the cyclists, it's a chance to be true to themselves in a community of people like them. An opportunity that is not afforded to many LGBTQ people in Asia.
I think it's great that Taiwan is making its name throughout the world. Being able to hold a big event like this, Asia Rainbow Ride, even though it's only taking place in Taiwan, I do hope this spreads.
Taiwan is leading its neighbours in LGBTQ rights in Asia, and the Rainbow Riders believe sporting events like this one can further push that cause. Klein Wang and Rick Liao in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally today, we leave you with images of Diwali festival celebrations in India. I'm Leslie Liao. Take care and see you next time.